Hi, I'm gonna start now with the project I did 1 year ago in my school back in Paris. It's called École Spéciale d'Architecture in Paris. So I'm gonna explain you a bit, like really fast, the project I made. So actually, this project is a project in Delft, Netherlands, which is a city and like 1 hour or less from Amsterdam. The city is like known by the grid, and this is the part of the city we're working on. It's the city center. So as you can know, all the history buildings are all around. So from the school, they propose us to do like a mixed use center where the activities come gather in one center because of the lake of activity in this city center. So all the activities is holding outside the limits of the center, and the people living inside the center want something more flexible and more close to them to do for their activities. So basically, this building have more conferences, events, workshops, birthdays, and classes, and everything that. So how I started is from dividing the side by two, and as you can see here, this is all the side, and there's a percentage there to do like the plaza in front and the building part. So I took the half of this place as the plaza and half of it as the building where we can put the activities. And so this is my reference was the Pompidou Center in Paris. So how the plaza reflects all the activities holding inside the building and taking it out to the outside. So people from outside don't want to get to the building, but they still feel the energy coming from the building. Um, so the main idea of this shape came from a simple folding game. So basically, I had like a rectangular shape, which is like um, was this is what the norm, and this is how I started my project, respecting the grid which is imposing there. But actually, like I was in a class, and like this is how it happened exactly. And I was in a class, I was thinking about this cubicle, this is rectangular shape, and like I was like, this is an activity project which should like reflect and give you right away when you're looking at it, give you the impression of like what's happening inside. So actually, what I was like sitting in the class, and I was like thinking, this is how I present it. I was thinking that way, that this part of the city is stretching my building and the other part stretching out my building, and end up like this building is like cracking in the middle. And this is how I got this. I remember this drawing, and this is how I got this drawing and this sketch, like kind of like making fun of the existing things, and like this is stretching this way and this is stretching this way, and then a crack happened, and like this is how the building came alive, and this is how the key of the building came alive. And actually, by the simple like a game of folding, this is how I got my main architecture element. And this is how you can see I got this the stairs, which I call it like multi-use stairs, and that you can take you all over the place. And as a connection with the plaza, I decided to have like connection with like below surface, which is based on code in Delft, which is says like long times ago there's like a big explosion happened in Netherlands because of the army and whatever, and like demolished like 75% of the city. So from that, people started to rebuild everything and rebuild it from zero. So there is a big code there called From Ashes to Glory, and this is how I got the idea of. So the ashes, like for me, like represents everything below the surface, everything like coming from below and then going up, going out like a plant, like a small grain, like you put it in below the surface and like grows up until to arrive to the sunshine and arrive to whatever up there is gonna happen. I'm gonna talk about it later. And this is how I got this promenade and connecting this two part of the building. And then for me, like, I don't want to lose anything in the building. And for me, like, the rooftop is like one of the most important part in this project. So because it's also connects the project somehow. And this is how from here you go up to the plaza, and then you continue the stairs. You pass by the stairs, which the stairs will be classes, will be like conference room, will be like theaters, and will be whatever the people wants to be, and they can like take whatever classes outside, and they can reflect it, project it to the plaza, and like people on the plaza will feel what's happening inside without getting into the building. And then you continue to the building, and then you get the cafet, which is like you can have like small salads, like kind of a coffee thing, and then you have like awesome view to the city. And the height of the building is like respecting the heights of around, but this part, which like for me I wanted to be a belvedere, I made it the same level as the highest point, but the people going up there to the rooftop can enjoy a really beautiful view all over the city. And it's a way to project the city from the views projected to like introduce the city visually to the project. And this is how became this project anchored and like inside, included in the city somehow, visually at least. And I'm not gonna talk about material, I'm not gonna talk about the rest. I'm gonna show you a bit like the drawings I made. Like this is the drawing, I already talked about it and how I got the idea. And I got like this crack and coming from the cover of from the rain and the sun or whatever, and this is became the stair. For the plan wise, this is how I got the plan. Here, this point is so important because this is how you introduce to the project, and this is the only way to get into the project, and that's how you start divert the thing and like have the grid for the main axis, the main entrances for the project. And this is how also the project was based on, and so on. And also this is kind of sketches to show me also like the folding game, which I used it to create this building, because for me I don't like to add things to the building. The building should introduce or give me whatever inside to the outside. And also like from the beginning sketches there's like a quote, another quote in there saying nothing to hide, because like they are so they are so religious, and like they think like everything should be clear and everything should be shown to the people, so people can see that nothing is hiding there. So the quote is nothing to hide, and this is how I got the idea that people, when they got the project and they got anything to do from inside, they can take it to the outside, to the stairs, and like do it, and people from the outside can see what's happening inside without getting to the project. And this is symbolic drawing, which like it shows that this building actually will be the building that attracts all the people. So it's kind of eye of the Delft, and this is where I got the name of the project, Eye of Delft. And this eye will be like kind of lighthouse that that brings all over people to the thing. And also another sketches. This is my notebook. I forgot my notebook in Paris, which is included this project. So, but I always make sure it's on my drive. So this is a printed thing. And there's another sketch, and I will end up the video here. Thank you for listening.